Oh boy, I love seeing all these folks. All right, I think we are live on Facebook Live and about to be live here in the room. Let's let everybody into this room. There's still people connecting, audio and video. And here we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Daily Antidote of Song. It's so great to see all of you here today for fabulous day 100. Thank you, Carolyn, for day 913. Lovely to see the sign, and potentially Christiana also somewhere waving it. Potentially also Kevin with it in his name box. So happy that everybody's here for day 913. Daily Antidote Song, one virtual song every day at noon Eastern Time. We have been doing this for 913 days, and it's been quite a ride. We have loved every minute of it, and we're so glad that we've made friends like all of you in this room and everybody out there on Facebook Live. Gang, help me say hi. Hello, Facebook. And it's super fun to have Jaden working on our tech today. Thank you so much, Jaden. And in the room today is Dennis Donnelly, coming in from Victoria, BC, and he is our song leader for the day and singing a song that belongs to the fabulous David Roth, who is also in the room with us today, coming in from Scotland. We're so excited that David is here today. Thank you so much for being here. And hello and hugs to Kathy in Virginia. Nice to see you. Jenny in Suffolk, UK. Hello. Curly Tops near Dawn in Vermont. Nice to see you. Dan in Vienna, Virginia. Hello. Arlene in Berkeley, California. Hi, Becky in Vancouver. Nice to see you. And hello to somebody who's hidden. Hi, Kathy. Nice to see you. Glad you're here. And hello to Mark without a Luda, at least at the moment. Hearts coming in from, wait a minute, Canada, but now I'm not remembering where. You threw me off. Luda from somewhere. Bonnie in Boise, Idaho. Hello, nice to see you. And Nancy, whose Irish cow, is coming in from Washington State. And let's see, Kathleen in Albuquerque, nice to see you. And hi, Susan in Ohio, great to see you. Hi, Caroline in DC. Oh, there's Luda and Mark. I see both of them. On a staycation. Oh, so maybe they're not even wherever it is that they usually are that I'm forgetting. BC, I know. All right. Hi, Caroline in DC, and Ruth in Birmingham, UK. Hello. Hi, Carolyn in Idaho. Cricket in Maryland. Hello. Hi, Susan in Seattle. Hello to Julie in Ontario. Outside. Boy, does that look beautiful. Moria, nice to have you today. Coming in from, I think, San Francisco or San Diego. I can't remember. It's cut off. And Kevin in DC, nice to see you with the golden flute ready to roll. Hi, Gary in Massachusetts. Hello, Aloysius in Massachusetts. Hello to Mabel in Massachusetts. Boom, boom, boom. That's 3 in a row. Christiana and Bob in Maryland. Oh, you broke our whole route. Okay, no, just kidding. Hi, Christiana. And day 913. Thank you for the beautiful sign. And Margaret coming in from, I think that might be Massachusetts, but I'm not sure. Deborah in Kentucky, hello. Sheila in Florida, hello. Sarah in Texas, glad you're here today. Hello to Ann in Nashville, nice to see you. Deli in Maryland, who sang us a fabulous song yesterday. Hello to Susan in Tacoma Park, nice to see you, neighbor. And so let's see, we have Simke in Maryland, hello, nice to see you. And wait, that curly top just moved into another spot. You were there before. I saw you. That's Willard in Vermont. Annette in California. Hello. Jamie in Victoria. Hello. Carol in Connecticut. Hello. Great to see you. Amanda and Miles in Michigan. And for all the folks off video today, Bronwyn and Sandy in North Carolina. Kate, who's potentially in Florida, still connecting to audio. iPad, hello, with the deer or the horses. Hello to someone else connecting to audio. Lynn in Connecticut. Dick and Kathy in Victoria. Here to see Dennis. I love it. Potentially in their pajamas, eating cereal still. Kachina, hello. Nice to see you. And Becky in Vermont. Oh, and it's Kachina without necessarily Loriana and Courtney today. It's great to see you, Kachina. We're so glad you're here. I got to meet Kachina when I was in Vermont last summer. So let's all take a deep breath. Super glad to have all of you here. And I'm super excited to have Dennis Donnelly here honoring all of us with this song, honoring David Roth with the song that he recreated for Voices for Choir. Dennis, you want to come ahead and unmute yourself?
Great to be here, Joe. Really happy to be here, and real happy and honored that David, the composer of this song, is here as well. So I get to sing it for the fella who wrote it. So that's real nice. And David, you are in the city that I was born in, Edinburgh, Scotland. Look at that.
That's amazing and incredible. And he is, I think, on tour number 2. The first one was Ireland, and I'm pretty sure he kind of went right over into the Scotland store, which is pretty fabulous. All right, I think the object of the game now is to sing along with you, Dennis. Can you please go ahead and show us what you got?
I got a song that David wrote. It's called Last Day on This Earth. And it's a song, every once in a while, songs come along that just illuminate something in your life. They're like little companions. And it's like you're going for a cup of coffee with a really good friend who's known you for years and years and years. And they just say something to you that's just so profound and it means so much, and you just get to share something with them, and it illuminates something in your life and shines a little light on a little bit of confusion that might have been in your life, or a little bit of darkness, or a little bit of a challenge. And this is a song like that for me, and I'll tell you the whole story later after we sing the song. But right now, I want to just tell you a little bit about how I'm going to sing the song. It's a zipper song, as Pete Seeger would say. Most of the verses are pretty much the same except for one word or one short phrase that changes every time. And you've got the words up in there in the chat, I think. But I'm going to teach you the chorus. I took one step, and then you can repeat that. I took one step. I climbed a hill. Then you can sing I climbed a hill. I said I won't. Then you can say I said I won't. Or sing, and then I said I will, and then you can sing I said I will. Then we can all sing together. I'll say I lived for all that it was worth, if this is my last day on earth. Let me sing that for you. I took one step, I climbed a hill. I said I won't, then I said I will. I'll say I lived for all that it was worth, if this is my last day on earth. So again, I took one step, I took one step, I climbed a hill, I climbed a hill. I said I won't, I said I won't, said I will, I said I will. I'll say I lived for all that it was worth, if this is my last day on earth. If this is my last day on this earth, I'll say I sang, I'll say I sang, I'll say I sang for all that it was worth, if this is my last day on earth. So you all kind of got the hang of how the verses go. Let's go again. I'll start from the beginning now. This is for real this time. This is prime time coming up, everybody. Here we go. If this is my last day on this earth, I'll say I sang, I'll say I sang, I'll say I sang for all that it was worth, if this is my last day on earth. If this is my last day on this earth, I'll say I laughed, I'll say I laughed, I'll say I laughed for all that it was worth, if this is my last day on earth. Here comes the chorus. I took one step, I climbed a hill. I said I won't, then I said I will. I'll say I lived for all that it was worth, if this is my last day on earth. I see the lips moving, it's great, everybody. If this is my last day on this earth, I'll say I cried, I'll say I cried, I'll say I cried for all that it was worth, if this is my last day on earth. I took one step, I climbed a hill. I said I won't, then I said I will. I'll say I lived for all that it was worth, if this is my last day on earth. If this is my last day on this earth, I'll raise my voice, I'll raise my voice, my last day on earth. I took one step, I climbed a hill. I said I won't, then I said I will. I'll say I lived for all that it was worth. If this is my last day on earth. Here we go, sing it like you mean it, everybody. If this is my last day on this earth, I'll say I loved, I'll say I loved, I'll say I loved for all that it was worth. If this is my last day on earth, I took one step, I climbed a hill. I said I won't, then I said I will. I'll say I lived for all that it was worth. If this is my last day on earth, I took one step, I climbed a hill. I said I won't, then I said I will. I'll say I lived for all that it was worth. If this is my last day on earth, I'll say I lived for all that it was worth. If this is my last day on earth.
Wow, Dennis, thank you so much. That was spectacular. So thank you, Dennis, for arranging it. And thank you so much to David for composing it, a fancy word, as he noted. So that's such a beautiful song. I love that song so much. And I actually saw everybody singing their hearts out as if it was everybody's last day on earth. Everybody was just like singing and like totally emoting and getting into it. And it was really beautiful to watch. And I do love the crossover, Dennis, between, what's been going on in your life, and also the fact that Kevin Locke we just learned yesterday that Kevin Locke died earlier this month on the 1st, I think. So I do like that also Kevin gave the appearance of being someone who lived every day to the fullest. And so I think there's just something about singing, always and being always like it's your last day on earth. So thank you, Dennis. Let's please give Dennis a warm thank you for that. And I'm going to shout out folks. We have a lot of folks that came in the room after, so I'm going to just say hi to, well, I think Arlene is in Italy, not in California. Hi, Arlene. And Storm popped in, and Bob and Harriet and Jim Scott. And let's see, somebody else, Louise and Linda. And I just want to say hi to all those folks because all our friends just keep popping into this room. And it's so much fun to just greet everybody on the last day on earth theme. All right. So, Dennis, what can you tell us more about your feelings towards the song, your relationship towards the song?
Well, like I was saying, it came into my life in June, I think it was, when David, who's on the call right now with all of us, was on, and he was in Ireland, leading a group in Ireland, as he's going to be doing in Scotland, starting this evening, I think, David, and he sang this song, and I thought, oh, that's a great song. There was something in me that just had to learn that song, so I learned it from his singing. I think I went to he's got a YouTube recording where he was singing it at a house concert that he was at, and I learned it from that, I think. I just needed to learn it, so I was singing it, and I went to my folk club a couple of nights later and sang it there, and then it just became part of my life. And then on August the 4th, I had a whole bunch of chest pains. They rushed me to the hospital. I had a serious heart attack. So August the 4th almost was my last day on earth. It almost was. But for some medical intervention and some amazing medical technology, called a stent, and a wonderful surgeon and beautiful people who were dedicated in our medical system, I'm still here. and they put a second stent in, and now apparently everything else is okay. My heart looks good. It's recovering slowly. But all of a sudden, that song started to mean a whole different thing. Well, not a whole different thing, but a whole more resonant thing to me. And it's kept me company. And I wanted to share it a little bit. And as most people know, I'm a choir leader, and I asked David if he would mind if I arranged it for choir, and graciously David said yes. So I did arrange it for choir, and now my choir Wavelengths here in Victoria, BC, is starting to learn the song. So I'm able to now share with my amazing choir community of 50, 60 people my experience in a very musical and heartfelt way. And it's just such a beautiful thing that I'm able to do that. So that's the story. Every once in a while, like I was saying, the songs come along and you don't know why they're important to you. Sometimes you find out, and this is a case where I really found out why the song was going to be important to me. There was something in the universe that said to me, you need to have this song in your life. You need to know this song. You need to learn it. You need to sing it. You need to share it. And so here I get a chance to do that, and I feel very blessed to be able to be in this position. So that's the full story.
That is a beautiful story. Thank you so much, Dennis. I am so glad that you're here right now with us in this
So am
space.
I.
And you know, we talk about this a lot in this room, you know, being grateful and taking a moment to be in the present and being mindful and what it is we do with our time here on earth. And these are all questions I think we spin around with over the course of our life, but there are moments in our life, yours sounds particularly scary, where suddenly, you know, things get on a higher alert and we ask the questions maybe in a different way, and we hear a song like this one in a different way than we heard it a week ago, right? There's now just some completely different lens that we're wearing. And so it's really nice to be able to know the song from David and now hear the song from you and know about your journey. And thank you for being so beautiful and brave and for sharing that with us. So can you, I didn't ask you about this ahead of time, but is there like an alto part or something that you could give us a tiny snippet of, or would that be too challenging off the cuff?
Oh, wow. If this is my last day on this earth. So the tenor part would be, if this is my last day on this earth, I'll say I loved, I'll say I loved, I'll say I loved for all that it was worth. If this is my last day on earth. Something like that. And then the bass is, if this is my last day on this earth, I'll say I sang, I'll say I sang, I'll say I sang for all that it was worth. If this is my last day on earth. Yeah.
Woo!
So then you get all four parts together and it sounds, well, it sounds beautiful. It sounds like choirs singing.
It sounded incredibly beautiful. Just what I got to hear with me balancing my sort of vaguely soprano, I don't even know what I was doing there, with your bass line. It was so tremendously beautiful. I was just completely enjoying that. And I didn't get there in time to do it against the tenor line, but I was hearing that in my head. I was hearing the tenor line and the melody line at the same time. Sounds like you have made a beautiful, beautiful sort of come what's the word when everything commingles up together and becomes amazing. So I can't wait to actually hear the piece as done by your choir. Do you have plans to record it?
Yeah, yeah, we probably will. And this is always fun for me too because, of course, I write these things and then I hear them on the computer. The computer plays them back for me with kind of the surrogate piano sounds. And then I go in and I get to hear the four parts with the choir for the first time as they're singing it for the first time. And when the four parts come together, it is just something, you know, it does my heart good. And boy, that phrase, does my heart good, that means more to me now than it did before August the 4th. Does my heart good. And I told my choir, you know, when the first time we were in the room together for the first time just over 2 weeks ago, after not being in the room together for 2.5 years, and I said to them, you know, the sound that you're making now after we did our first song in four-part harmony, just a little quick song, I said, you know, that's doing my heart as much good almost as the surgeon did in the operating room. It just lifts me up. You know, I'd like to ask, David's in the room right now. If it's okay, I'd like to ask David, David, where did that song come from for you? Do you have a story about how that dropped into your brain as a song?
Well, you've done me a great honor. Thank you for this, Dennis, and the context in which it fits with you is just humbling and beautiful. Yeah, I think I explained this when I sang on June 12th, but briefly, I was teaching a songwriting class, or as I say, teaching that which cannot be taught in North Carolina, and it was called Writing the Traditional Songs of the Future. It was for a traditional song week. And dang it, I worked on my own song that week. So that's the song that came out of my own class for me as I tried to apply the principles of what we were talking about through the course of the week at Warren Wilson College in Swannanoa, North Carolina.
Thank you. That's beautiful. So it just evolved. It was the song that needed to be there at the time. Yeah.
Yeah, and when people see the title alone, they think it might be a little more force, doomsaying. But I say no, it is whimsical for me, and meaningful, and really fun to sing. A lot of things I like in a song, as so many of the songs I've heard on the Daily Antidote song, including that one in Ukraine, which I learned a little bit of from Girdan.
When I sing that song, I'm possessed by it in a way that I haven't been for a long time. Well, in a particular kind of way, and it's funny. A song called "Last Day on This Earth," but I sing it when it comes out of my voice unbidden. It's just got this. I can't describe it. It's this joy and this energy, and so the two things working together, the actual syntax of what you're saying, uh, measured against the energy that's in the melody and in the chords and in the energy of the song. I don't know how to describe it exactly, but it's a beautiful thing. And anyway, thank you for the song, David. Thank you for the song.
And
Thank
the
you.
very first time I sang it at a little fundraiser in a bookstore on Cape Cod where I live, um, a woman came running over to me and said, "Oh, I love this song. I haven't heard it in years." I knew I'd tapped into something.
That's beautiful. I love it. I love it.
So thank you so much to David and to Dennis for being here today. This has been extraordinarily good for my heart. And I have to say, during the sound check, before all of you folks jumped into the room, Pat and Sandy were still here in the house at that point, and they popped their head in, and they were talking to Dennis during the sound check. And then there was David, and then everybody was talking. And that was so good for my heart, just that right there. And I think what will really be good for my heart, David and Dennis, is when you show up here in my living room and we get to sing in person. So I will be on standby waiting for that moment. The door is open, and so please come.
All
Um,
right.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful to be with you both today. Dennis, can we have it again so we can go out singing?
Absolutely. The whole
Go
song?
out, not figure. Yeah, absolutely.
All
Let's
right.
go out, not literally, just, figuratively. Not our last days on earth. Just go out of the room. So, yeah, okay.
If this is my last day on this earth, I'll say I sang, I'll say I sang, I'll say I sang for all that it was worth. If this is my last day on earth, sing it like you mean it. If this is my last day on this earth, I'll say I laughed, I'll say I laughed, I'll say I laughed for all that it was worth. If this is my last day on earth, I took said I won't. Then I said I will. I'll say I lived for all that it was worth. If this is my last day on earth. If this is my last day on this earth. I'll say I cried. I'll say I cried. I'll say I cried for all that it was worth. If this is my last day on earth. I took one step. I climbed a hill. I said I won't. Then I said I will. I'll say I lived for all that it was worth. If this is my last day on earth. If this is my last day on this earth. I'll raise my voice. I'll raise my voice. I'll raise my voice. I'll raise my voice for all that it is worth. If this is my last day on earth. I took one step. Climbed a hill. I said I won't. Then I said I will. I'll say I lived for all that it was worth. If this is my last day on earth. Last chance for your chorus, the verse. Here we go. If this is my last day on this earth. I'll say I loved. I'll say I loved. I'll say I loved for all that it was worth. If this is my last day on earth. I took one step. I climbed a hill. I said I won't. Then I said I will. I'll say I lived for all that it was worth. If this is my last day on earth. I'll say I lived for all that it was worth. If this is my last day on earth.
Wow, thank you so much, Dennis Donnelly. So nice to have you here today.
So great to be here. As George Burns said, so great to be anywhere.
And so great to be everywhere, which is kind of what we are right now, right?
Absolutely.
As we sit here in this very, together and not together space that feels like we're all a bunch of great friends who've known each other for decades. So the magic of everything that has come from this. And Dennis, you are one of the magical things for me that has come from this. So I'm so glad to call you a friend now and to be in this room singing with you. Thank you so much. Yay. All right, everybody give it up for Dennis Donnelly. And we can't wait to hear the choir recording. Make sure that you let us know when it's out. All right. Thank you again also to David Roth, of course, for composing that fabulous, fabulous song. And David, we can't wait to sing with you again when you're finished with your Scotland extravaganza. And maybe luckily we'll get a couple of pictures here and there. All right, we're going to say some goodbyes to everyone here in the room. Let's start with Facebook Live. Everybody help. Bye, Facebook. See ya tomorrow. And goodbye.